Hi, sixth graders. You are on day 3 of the Measurement Design Notebook, and we're going to be looking at historical ways to measure, but you're going to be doing an activity around your home. And so to do this, you should have completed the chart last block about different ways to measure, different historical measurements. And so to do today's activity, you gotta know what each of these terms mean. So if you need to pause the video to refresh your memory of what a cubit is, fathom is, a stride is, and then the hand or span, foot, and palm. So we're going to be using these terms. You need to know what they are when we measure the things around your house. So with that in mind, you all then should go to your design notebook and get to this chart right here. And we're going to be creating the solution today, the main activity. And I'm going to read through exactly how this is going to work and what your activity is. You need to choose 4 to 10 objects around your house. Notice the blue is 4, which is must do, and then the aspire to do is getting up to 10 objects. So somewhere in between that would be a should do. And when you're looking for objects to measure, it really can be anything, but on the side you'll notice there are some ideas of what you can do and what you can measure. Once you decide what you're going to measure, you're going to write that object under the object number in the chart. So for example, the first one I'm going to measure in the sample is a dinner table at my home. Then you have to measure each object, so the dinner table, either doing 1, which is must do, 2 is should do, and 3 is aspired to do, different forms of historical measurement. So for the dinner table, I could do any of these ways to measure: palm, fathom, hand, cubit, foot, or stride. 3 of them would be aspire to do. And then you need to record your measurement in this chart below. I will do a sample of that in a moment. And we actually have 2 special guests that's going to be measuring. So the next part is have another person in the same house measure the same object. So you will be measuring something, and then a guest in your home will be measuring the same thing in the same way. Once you do that, you're going to highlight your measurement in yellow and then your partner's measurement in green. So for the example here, it would be your measurement is 8.5, your partner did 10. And so at this time, I'm going to pause the video, get my special guests, and we will do a sample measurement. All right, we are resuming, and the 2 special guests are my daughter, Betsy. Oh, and in case you don't know, this is Miss Royackers, who is the RMS social worker. Some of you may have met her already. We are going to be doing the demonstration of how to measure around the room. So for our demonstration, it's going to be our kitchen table from end to end, and we're going to be doing a cubit, which is from elbow to fingertip. So Ms. Royackers will go first. Okay. And I'm going to help guide her. So I put my finger there. That's 2. And I'm going to call this 2.5 cubits. The length of this table for Ms. Royackers is 2.5 cubits. And now Betsy is going to do her cubit. So we're going to do elbow to fingertip. That was 1. And now we got 2. This is not child labor. 3. 4. You got it, Betsy. 5. And 6. 6 cubits for Betsy. All right, so now that I got the measurements done for one of them, I'm going to go to dinner table, and we did that by cubit. And Ms. Royackers was 2.5. And I'm going to highlight that yellow as the student. And then Betsy was 6 cubits, and she will be green. I don't know why that didn't go yellow, so let's try this again. There we go. So I just did one sample of one object here. So I'm going to challenge you to do 2 or 3 for object number 1, and then you get to pick up to 10 other objects. And you can see 5, 6, and 7 is should do, 8, 9, and 10 would be aspire to do. And you have to do each one. You get to decide which way you want to measure, and you get to decide which object you're going to measure to. Have fun and enjoy.